Hello. Hi. I'm gonna hope that we have an okay angle for our DIY today. Hey Turtle. I think I've got everything set up. I couldn't get a sheet to stick to the ceiling, so this is what we've got, and I've just tried to cover everything with sheets. And I figured that's kind of the best we can do. So yeah, let's see how it turns out. I am gonna do a little unboxing because I think this is what we got to do first. Also, it's real windy outside, so if you start to struggle to hear me at any point, please just tell me. How are you, Turtle? Thanks for joining me. I know it's probably a little late for you. The weather is kooky. Exactly. I'll just do a really thorough vacuuming afterwards. Ooh, I've rearranged my living room as well. I'll have a video for you guys later today. But I hung up the picture. I took pictures, I'll show you. Nice! How is the weather? This is the little Ozito orbital sander. Ooh! I have no idea how to use it, but we're about to find out. This is the little sawdust catcher. So it does have one. I'll just make sure to empty it frequently because it's very small. It's very small. And here is our brand new orbital sander. It's been a long time since I used one of these. It can't be that hard though. It can't be that hard. Oh, that's nice. It's actually like quite a nice day here. It's just a little bit wet. If I was doing something that didn't involve plywood, I feel like I'd have no problems. But because it does involve plywood, I was being a little cautious. Otherwise, I'd just be right out there. Like if it was just gardening or something, I wouldn't mind the rain. I'd just keep the camera inside. But the fact that there's both power tools and plywood, you know. That sounds beautiful though. Okay, here's the sander. This is a little foam block at the bottom of it. I have an extension cord. I might not plug it in just yet. I'll read the instructions first. It takes a quarter sheet. So I also bought a bunch of other sheets of sandpaper that we can cut to size if necessary. Because here's the thing, the edge that I cut, we did overcut, and I feel like I thought I was going to be a lot worse at cutting it in a straight line than I actually was, because I definitely overcut more than I needed to. So I am going to sand that edge back a fair way. It's like that much. Do you think that's going to be too much? I don't think I can handle sawing it again. We're going to see what happens. If it's going to take way too long, I will sand the other edges and then I'll come back at this with a better saw. My friend has one I can borrow. Probably not the best workout. So exactly. Like not for wood, that is. Okay, so here is a piece of sandpaper. I haven't yet decided, right? How are we doing our oh, and look at this. This is like a punch, I think. So you can actually punch holes through other pieces of sandpaper, so that they work with the dust catcher. So that's good. Now, instructions. Instruction manual, specifications. Cool. Yeah, look, I'm just gonna see how it goes. If it ends up getting too rainy and crazy, it looks like it's getting nice again, so I don't even know. But if it gets really rainy and crazy, I will just bring everything inside, close the doors, and we'll play some Stardew instead. Alright, so know your product. Quarter sheet sander. Alright, where are we? The on-off switch. Okay, that's pretty easy. On, off. Easy. The sanding pad, that also feels fairly explanatory. Number 3, the Sure grip handle also seems fairly obvious. And number 4 is the spring clamp. Okay, I'm not quite sure what we do with that. Then it comes with a dust bag, sanding sheet, and the punch plate. Okay. Sanding sheet fitment. Ensure the tool is disconnected from the power supply before performing any of the following operations. Okay, we've done that. All right, unlock the spring clamp on both sides of the sander. Fold the sandpaper to match the contours of the sanding pad. And I think we do that with the little piece of plastic, maybe? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Feed the paper under the clamp at the front of the sander. Lock the clamp. Okay. That seems easy enough. I feel like it would be hard for me to mess that up. Alright, so here's the little sander punch. So then it has to go face down, I think. Ooh. Alright. Just gonna plonk that there for now. Alright, so I think we line these up. So there's the little holes on the bottom. There we go. And then that's gonna let me bend it in at the side. I'm not quite sure, but I think so. So we unlock the clamps, which is kind of like, okay. Ah, there we go. All right, so there's one at the front. Let's see. Hello, Nixie. Hello, Saf. What's up, Chaz? Welcome, guys. I managed to set up, I tried sticking a sheet to the ceiling. It was just falling down. I felt like it would be more annoying than it was helpful. So I've just covered everything in blankets and sheets, and I'm just going to do my best to like blow things out the door as much as possible. Oh, thank you. I have these little like braids in it because I was just trying to keep my pot a little bit flatter because it's actually sitting really well today. I love that for me. How's everyone doing today? Hey, Nixie. Hey, Saf. How are we feeling? The weather outside is a little bit crazy, but it seems to be sunny now, so hopefully it stays sunny and everything's fine. If it stays sunny and it still looks sunny, I might just move us a little further out there, but we're gonna see. All right, I just unboxed this sander, real exciting times. We're putting it on. So I'm just gonna use this little tool thing to bend it into place. You don't actually really need the plastic tool at all. But what I'm gonna do is fold it under there. Okay, that's what we have to do. So I think I'm gonna take this off now that it's bent in place. Okay, it's kind of stuck. It's my first time using it. So I think we'll be fine. Here's the piece of wood in the end. I did manage to cut it in half. I left myself like 2 centimeters of leeway in case I accidentally cut the line really crooked. And then I didn't cut the line really crooked at all. So there's a fair bit on the edge to sand back. I'm gonna see how this sander goes with sanding that back. If it just doesn't look like it's actually gonna happen, like if it looks like it's taking way too long, then I think I'm going to sand the other edges. This is what I was saying to Turtle just before. Then I think I'll sand the other edges and then leave this edge. And then my friend has a saw, which I'll borrow, and then we'll just continue this tomorrow. Weather depending, obviously. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Not weather depending. Not weather depending. I need to get this done, and I'm tired of waiting. Never mind, come rain or hail or shine. I mean, if it's actually hailing, maybe not so much, but you know what I mean. Ooh, okay, I've just clamped one side in there. We just undid the clamp end. Let's take a look here. Also, audio visual is okay for everyone. It might be a little bit bright. I could turn the lights down a tiny bit, but Just let me know, am I audible? Is everything okay? Can you hear some background lo-fi music? And are you ready for power tool noises? I haven't quite decided, do we want to hear the power tool noises to fully immerse us in the feeling of DIY? Or would you like me to mute the microphone during the power tooling and you can just listen to lo-fi and pretend that's what an orbital sander sounds like? Nice, that's awesome. Hey, that's cool. What color is the blanket, Nixie? It's a lot to sand down. It's going to take a little while. Should I get my friend's saw instead? The weather is a bit kooky. Yeah, it's a bit windy and then it's really sunny right now, but it was super grey and cloudy before. How are you, Fur? Do you think it's too much to sand down? It is a fair bit. And then I even wonder maybe if it's just like a little bit too long anyway. Should we just try and like cut it in half while it's here, maybe? Because see, take a look at this. Also, perfectly installed sander sheet. Should I scrape my fingers down it? That might not be ASMR. Actually, I think the stream is also still tagged with ASMR, so we should probably fix that. Because I don't know if this is going to be ASMR vibes today. Okay. Oh no, it's fine actually. This still counts as cozy. DIY is cozy. Like a vacuum sounds like jazz. Exactly. Exactly. Oh my gosh. 2 centimeters is too much to sand. Okay, do you reckon? Oh, I like grey and white because I feel like that works in case of baby stains. You know what? It's going to be more than 2 centimeters anyway, honestly. Like, I feel like this is just a little too long. I cut it extra long, partially just because I have really a lot of difficulty spatially estimating how long something will be until I can really see it. And I couldn't pick this up before and actually like hold it in place. So for all I could understand mentally, I had no idea whether it was like even close. So I'm just gonna like carefully balance this on the edge of my desk, which seems like an awesome idea because it is. And like I feel like maybe I even want to cut it all the way to here. Do you know what I mean? Because then that's still a decent chunk longer than my current desk. Alright, you know what? I'm just going to use my fingernail to really professionally make a carpenter's mark here. That's perfect. That looks great. Okay, I'm definitely going to be able to see that in a second. And then, oh, I'm going to bring this back down. I'm going to place this here. And then I'm going to lean this like this. That looks stable. No, it doesn't. It doesn't look stable at all. Okay. Even that's not stable. Less lean. Alright, that's fine for a second. I'm going to grab my measuring tape. I'm going to measure and see what the closest spot to that is. That's what I was thinking. It's a little windy out there. Yeah, we'll at least sand the other sides. Oh, that's right. I rearranged my living room, so my measuring tape is actually over here. It's going to take me a couple days to remember that. That sounds so nice, Nixie. I like that idea. Alright, now where was my super professional mark that I made? There it is. Oh my gosh, I can actually see it. It's totally visible. Alright, now, wrong way. That's 126 centimeters. So what if we made it like 125. Maybe even 120. I reckon 120 is good. And then I'm going to have this random extra piece of plywood, which I can use to like build an extra shelf on the desk or something if I felt like it. Am I using the end I'm cutting off? That's literally what I was thinking. Because I've got the other half that I cut in half, and I'm going to turn that into a TV unit for my Xbox upstairs. Yeah, I'm definitely going to use it for something. Because 120 centimeters is like a full 20 centimeters wider than my current desk. Exactly. Waste not, want not. 120 is still like a full 20 centimeters wider than my current desk. But then maybe 125. I mean, that's still enough to make a decent little shelf. I think I'm going to do it as 125. I'm going to rule the line, even if I don't cut it right now. Where's my other ruler? Let me grab that. I really planned this really, really well. I'm very prepared. I'm very prepared. I think I'm going to do 125, just like for a little bit of extra length. Yeah. You'd personally sand all of them. But then if I sand that and then I just cut it off again, like what's the point of that, is my thinking. If I have a limited number of sanding sheets, is what I'm thinking. Like if I was just doing this to sort of demonstrate the function of the orbital sander, then I'd say definitely. But I think because I literally am going to be sanding it again, and this might also take a little while anyway, I'd probably be better off with my time to like start cutting the last edge instead. Does that make sense? Do you think? Because the extra thick one is like, I'm sanding it to make it, like to bring it a long way in, if that makes sense. So sanding all of these edges, and then I'm trying to sand down like this much of the edge here. So I feel like part of me is saying that that might not be the best plan. I know it's really funny weather out there at the moment. It looks like it's not going to rain, and then it looks like it is going to rain. It sounds like it's going to rain, and the temperature just feels like rain right now, but we'll see. We'll see. It's very much a spring day, which is quite nice. That's it. I mean, I got through the other half, and I feel like if it's held in a better position, then maybe that will also help. Anyway. Oh my god, do you want to know what? What if we could Uber Eats a saw? Do you think that that's a thing? It's hectic out there. It's probably not a thing, but imagine if we could. Hey, what's? I hope you have sweet dreams and a great night. Thank you for popping in. I think I'm getting a cold, so if I start to like lose my voice at any point during this stream, please excuse me. What if we could Uber Eats a saw? My other thing is I could probably maybe not. Let's have a look. I'm gonna look for it. I'm gonna take a look. Imagine if we could. If we can't, I forget it. I start measuring, I sand the other edges, and then we get it to size. Uber Eats has everything. What's going on, dope? I have a saw. My saw cut all the way through. My saw is perfectly good. I just thought another one might be faster. How are you, monkey? What's going on, dope? Take care, what's? I got a saw. Sand in one piece on both sides. Well, that's true, actually. You are right there, honestly. Okay, I want Uber Eats. Okay. Well, let's see if it's possible. They deliver lots of crazy things. I couldn't get an Ethernet cable, but maybe we could get a saw. That's nice. I love a nice sleepy morning. That's true. I will want both sides sanded in terms of actually having the having a shell. It's so windy. It is so windy. Okay, let's take a look. Saw. It thinks I want slaw. It thinks I want slaw. Okay. Tool. I think this is a vain hope. Well, you know what? I think that they should add that to their inventory. Oh, wait, actually, hold on a second. Maybe? Damn it. All right, never mind. It was a thought. It was an idea. It was a plan. The wind is a lot. Sorry about that. Yeah, well, no, the other piece is a really good size for the other thing I want to use it for. So I think it's going to be okay. And the reason that it was cut a little bit extra was because everyone was like, you might cut it really wonky, and I was sort of doubting myself, so I thought, let's give it some extra, and you know, it is what it is. A shave and a haircut, that's true actually. Just order a plain. A Swiss Army knife. Where is my Swiss Army knife? I don't think I can get any of those things, but that's all right. I think I'm going to do it at 125 centimeters. So how much more will I be taking off the side? An extra 18 centimeters. So that's definitely enough for like a little shelf. It's not going to be like a useless piece of plywood, you know? It's going to be an extra 18 centimeters. It's definitely not a sandable amount. I don't think. I don't think that that's sandable. So I'm not going to sand it. Oh my lord. It is crazy out there right now. Okay. That is the spot. Let's do a little thing here. Okay. I mean, the edges are actually kind of easy to measure straight because obviously the actual ruler is like a level square kind of thing. All of the edges are going to be sanded, so like a little bit of pencil is not going to be too bad. Yeah. What's 125 centimeters in lengths of corn? I'm gonna say that would be like 5 good, maybe like 6 good lengths of corn potentially. It's sandable, might take a few streams. That's just silly, guys. That's just silly. That will take so long and so much sanding sheets. I don't think we should do that. Yeah. 13 baby corn in it. Yeah. No, it's gonna be like 18. It's gonna be 18. So, you know what? That's this edge measured. I'm gonna flip it over. Let's measure the other edge. Professional. I have a rug protecting my floor under this, never fear. Alright. Let's take a look here. Ooh. 125. Alright. Let's measure this side. That weather is wild. Crazy. Okay. How many centimeters is this? Now it is 17.5 centimeters, which checks out because I was a little closer in on one side to begin with. Okay. Cool. That makes sense. That seems correct to me. This is how they do it on a professional job site. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. There we go. Hey! Are we talking cobs or kernels? I was talking cobs. I don't know what everyone else is talking. I was talking cobs. Well, I didn't know what you were talking about. It's not like a drop saw. No, that's what I mean. Like, I was just going to be sanding the side back. Like, sand. I know it's not a drop saw. I was thinking if it was like a couple centimeters extra, I could just sand it down and it would just take a little while. But because it is so much extra, I'm going to have to sand it, obviously. Corns of barley. Oh, I thought you meant maize cobs. Yep, I fully thought that that's what you meant. Hold on, my lamp, my bloody lamp. All right, let's move the lamp before we get too stuck into the DIYs. Okay, you can stay over there. Yeah, see, now it looks like it's gonna rain again. This is why I didn't set up outside. Oh, yeah, no. I mean, it does have like the front edges. Like, you could definitely make a groove, but I don't think we're going to be getting through it, unfortunately. I don't think so. I feel like I would just ruin the sander. I think it's only for sanding surfaces, really, unfortunately. Maybe I should have gotten a different sander that had multi-purpose. I think I should have just gotten a plain instead. If I had an angle grinder, I also don't know if an angle grinder is really appropriate for cutting wood, though. It might just splinter it into pieces. Either way. All right, let's put this back on, because I've measured the sides where I want them to be now. This is like a really good sawhorse. Really good. Okay, so now it's got my little ruler, and then let's take a look here. Here is Here's our little edge. Okay. And then over this side, let's find our little edge. This is totally gonna work. IKEA sells desks for 30 bucks. Yeah, but those are not the desks that I want. Those are the desks that are like this thin and they start to sag underneath all of your stuff. IKEA's desks are also not $30 in Australia. Maybe they are in Sweden, but they're not $30 in Australia. And also this is more fun. You can't get a custom built desk for $30. How to do that shit yourself. Alright. Just going to measure across from both of these points because it should be, yep, like exactly 60 across. Oh my god, shut up, bro. Shut up! Sometimes I just want to start barking back, you know? It's like every time I'm in my own yard. Seriously, bro. Seriously. Must we? Must we? Alright, nice. Love that. I'm grabbing my phone so I can see chat, sorry. Well, that's fair. I definitely would rather like just do what I can and then put a pause on it rather than like try for an option that will kind of fuck it up, you know? Because then I would be better off just buying a desk from IKEA. I think if I just take my time with it, even if it's not like the perfectly planned DIY stream, how can anything with this dog be perfectly planned? Then it will work out fine, you know? It's gonna be totally fine. You could probably get an IKEA desk out of a vending machine. You probably could. Sweden vending machines just sell IKEA desks and gummy fish. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. We have our little cutting line. For some reason this time I drew it on the top instead of on the back, but that's fine. That is fine. I kind of just wanted to know like all the way around which way I was cutting, if that makes sense. Does buying a vending machine desk count as DIY? As long as you don't send a valet to do it, I'm assuming. I'm just going to flip this over. You can grab one in the warehouse, scan it in self-checkout. I mean, you can do that here for some of them. IKEA becomes slightly less practical when you have to get it delivered though, I think is the thing. I guess I could rent a car for a day and go to IKEA and just do a big IKEA shopping trip, but, you know. Honestly, I already have a decent amount of IKEA furniture in my home. I just wanted something that was slightly different, you know? Ooh. I just wanted something that was slightly different. Do you think I'll be able to get this off without sticky stuff being on there? Oh, it left sticky stuff. I can sand that off, it's fine. It's fine. Alright, we're going to measure this side too. Same way as I did the other side. No, it does have something to do with Sweden. Isn't it lingonberry flavored? And I thought lingonberries are Swedish. I was just joking about the Swedish fish thing. Swedish meatballs. Is that better? Swedish fish are pretty nice, honestly. I thought that they were nicer than I thought they were going to be. Alright, so that's our first little mark there. There we go. You know what, every time I do activities like this, I think to myself, thank God I updated my glasses prescription. It is true, honestly. I mean, some IKEA furniture is pretty nice. And I feel like you can have IKEA furniture to complement like nice furniture pretty easily. Like all of your chairs and shit don't have to be super fancy, but you could get the nice IKEA ones and shit like that. Plus, you know what? A lot of IKEA furniture is great if you want to do customization. That's so much fun. Oh, that's true. That's true. I do have isopropyl alcohol. I know, I did. I marked both of them. But this way we have the 3D mark around so I can make sure I'm staying like, staying straight, if that makes sense. Okay, let's do this side. Is the wood treated? It's plywood, so I assume so. I thought all plywood was treated for some reason, but maybe it's not. I'm just gonna do like a little X on this side so I know that this is the bottom side. Otherwise, don't put rubbing alcohol on it. Well, it's plywood, so I think plywood has to be treated. It's marine treated something. I'm assuming it's okay. I think they have to treat it to turn it into plywood or something like that. Alright, so we have a full 360-degree circle around the area I want to cut. Now obviously if I cut into it right there, I'll cut my chair in half, so I don't think we're going to do that. But what I might actually do is, I'm just going to move this chair back a little. There we go. Just moved my drop sheet a little, but that's fine. Because I'm almost wondering, like, it might be so much faster cutting it like this now that it's actually propped up on something, unlike last time. It should be treated then. Yeah, okay. Well, let me go and grab a bit of isopropyl alcohol and do that bit before I forget. And grab my hacksaw. Grab my hacksaw, grab the isopropyl. Alrighty. Okie dokie. Here's a little bit of tissue. Where did I put my hacksaw? Oh, it's right over there with the sandpaper. Coming! Alright, let's do the sticky stuff first. I think it should be treated then. The cut parts exposed inside may or may not be treated. I'm only doing the sticky part here though. I'm only going to put it on this tiny sticky part here. I think that should be fine. Alright. I should be wearing protective shoes. Do you think so? I could put my boots on. I'll put my boots on. Alright. I probably should be, alright. I don't know if that helps, but Maybe a little. Okay. I think sanding will correct the rest. There's like a little bit of sticky left, but I think a good sand will do the rest. And this is also the back side, so it's not such a big deal. All right. Thank you, Baron von Dabbins. Okay. I will put shoes on if it eases the minds of the chat. Let me grab shoes. Alrighty. Also, guess what? I almost broke my dachshund. Finally. It's taken me more than a year. It's taken me more than a year. I've almost broken these bad boys in. They finally don't give me blisters every single time I wear them for more than half an hour. I think I made it harder for myself by buying platform docks, you know what I mean? Because they're just that little bit, like, because the sole is so solid, there's less flex in the actual boot. This is such a look. Gym leggings, boots, Guinness jumper. Ugh. Got him. Alright, we're protected. They're not steel toe, but I feel like they'll still do. They'll still do. Usually high quality hardwood with waterproof glue. I think it should be okay. It doesn't look like it's soaked in. And it's also pure isopropyl, so it doesn't have any weird stuff in it other than the isopropyl. So I think it just pretty much evaporates super quickly. It left like the tiniest bit of sticky stuff on there. I think we'll just leave it like that. I don't want to soak it in too much. Oh, my light turned off somehow. I was gonna say, it suddenly looks really dark over here. Let me just fix this. Of course, after I put the boots on is when this happens. It's odd that you guys are still on, considering. There we go. I was gonna say, the power's obviously still working, otherwise the camera would have gone off. There we go. Exactly. I'm just gonna sand the rest of that bit off. Alright. So what I might do is, I'll just try with the hacksaw and see if it's faster with the wood up on something. And it's not the most stable, but it's reasonably stable. Now check this out also. Look who came prepared. I bought masks. So yeah, see, I think it's gonna rain again. I'm glad I didn't set us up outside. I do not have protective goggles. But also, you know, my glasses like kind of function like that. I'll just push them in really close to my face. Don't forget Charles. He's sitting in the chair over there. Do you think he needs a mask? Maybe he does. I should have made a smaller one for him. All right. Foreman Charles to the rescue. Here he is. You can just sit and watch, Charles. That should do, right? Oh, you can't even see him. Wear your mask properly, Charles. Cover your nose. All right, so he's good. Now mine. Stuff him in a pillowcase. That seems unkind. That seems unnecessary. All right, this is why I put my hair up, so we can do masks and stuff properly. Ooh. Oh. Oh, that's not very comfortable. I guess it's not really supposed to be. Oh, they smell so bad. Oh, safety is important. Oh, it smells dreadful. Surely that's worse for me than the sawdust. Alright. Oh no, the dreaded goggle fog. Alright, let's try. Let's try this. I'm gonna see if it goes faster. Alrighty. That is not. My breath doesn't smell like the inside of a hospital cleaning closet. It smells like latex, which is also concerning to me because I am technically allergic. We'll see how we go. If I start to complain of being short of breath and, you know, my mouth swelling up, someone remind me. I'm just going to cut like a little bit along, but not a full 2 centimeters like last time. Ooh, okay. It is faster when you don't have to use as much pressure, when everything's kind of balancing. Oh my god, it's so hard to breathe. I suppose that's intentional. Okay, I'm giving myself like 2 millimeters of leeway this time, which I feel seems smarter. Do you guys want to zoom? Do you want to be zoomed? I'm going to zoom you. Zoomies. Do you not think so? It was really dusty last time. Alright, well it's on my face anyway, so we're just going to leave it around the neck. And then I also kind of look extra professional. So I think that's fine. Ooh. Okay, let's do this. The momentum cuts faster when it is like just balanced, you know? It's also a lot easier. I love that the one spot that I've managed to leave a gap is exactly where all the sawdust is drifting. How does that even work? How is that even possible? Oh, very rude. Okay. Just going to cover all of that up. There we go. That's way better. Okay. That was like, once I flooded my washing machine, so there's a bit less wobble. Yeah, possibly. Not really. Oh, a little. No. It's because this one's on an angle. I think it's fine either way. Like, honestly, I'm not too stressed about it. But if it makes you guys feel better, sure. It's just not, it's not even. It's fine. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Well, yeah, there we go. There's that rain again. There's that rain again. Ain't that peaceful? Really? We'll see. It's actually so nice. I covered up the spot with the sandpaper too, or the sawdust. Once I flooded my washing machine in this like shitty rental place I was living in. And I don't even know how it happened. Like, it must have happened previously, but somehow the washing machine flooded and the water ran out of the washing machine, out of the bathroom door, around the doorpost, through the door that was beside it. So at this point it's like out and around, through another door, and then into the door, into the room, into the wardrobe inside the room. And the wardrobe was just like full of water. And so this is just what I was reminded of when I saw the one spot I've left unprotected of sawdust is just getting full of it. The folded towels. Well, that's not bad. That's smart. Let me grab towels. Good idea. Let's do towels. Alright, I just ran and grabbed towels. That way it also won't leave any dents. That's smart. I know, I still to this day have no idea how it actually happened. Like, it was just... it baffled explanation. Like, there was no scientific or physics explanation for why it should have happened like that. How they even had the house so wonky, I will never understand. That's, yeah, and not even just scratching up. Like, you know how it puts like dents in the surface and you can see them? Those will probably end up being there just from use of the desk eventually, but it's nice not to have them at the start. Alright. That feels a little less wobbly even. Maybe more wobbly actually. Okay, here's the thing. I think I need to move this end a little bit further. Move this a little further in. What is even going on here? I just felt like a sawhorse wasn't really a practical investment. Because when am I going to use it again? You never know, I might use them all the time once I have them. Somehow that's even worse. That's okay, I'm sticking with it at this point. I'm sticking with it. I think it's uneven, but it's fine. It's not making it any more even. I do have it folded over double. The wobble is because of where the chairs are to make it closer to the outside. I think it's fine. There we go. Firmly, I think it's going to be reasonably straight, you know? Alright, it's mostly collecting the sawdust. Faster than last time because there's less like pressure and I'm not having to worry about bending the saw so much. Anti-ASMR channel, exactly. I mean, honestly, some people find this sound really relaxing. I feel like I'm one of those people. I feel like I'm one of those people. we go. Reasonably straight. Ah, funny. I don't know if I'd even describe myself as reasonably straight. That wind out there is insane. Okay. It's slowly going through. What's unreasonably straight? Those are those people who call themselves super straights. That's what I'm going to call unreasonably straight. Unreasonably straight is homophobia. Slowly but surely. I think we got through faster than I got through last time. I feel like that is going faster than the last time, honestly. Ooh, nice, Saf. I love that for you. Enjoy your lettuce. Go enjoy. A televangelist. Lol. I would call them more unbelievably straight. As in, I don't believe it. Bring enough to share, that's right. Hey, okay. That's definitely faster than last time when I was holding it and it was wobbling around everywhere. Why does that not surprise me? Okay. Thank you to everyone who is joining for the anti-ASMR channel. Also, I love that my sleeves are like so long. They're just like falling down over my tools. Let's roll them up. Safety first, everyone. Safety first. Am I cutting through the whole thing? No, I'm just going to cut through 1 centimeter and then leave a big ugly chunk out of it. That sounds like a good idea to me. I'm just going to cut a big ugly chunk out of it just for the hell of it. I'm cutting all the way through. Don't want to cut through my sleeves. That's very true. I don't know if they make these jumpers anymore, so I feel like it's a bit of a collector's edition. So of course I've decided to use it to cut through a bunch of wood. Here we go. Like a hot knife through butter. If only. If only. Yep, it probably will be. It probably will take a little while, honestly. Good things usually do. Rome wasn't built in a day, guys. And neither will this desk be. Honestly, as much as cutting through the other side was obviously like time that now I'm redoing, it is a lot easier to handle this wood now that it's already been cut once. So I feel like I'm still okay with it. Here we go. take a break and I'm going to sand part of it. Like, I feel like that will satisfy all of my distractible urges. And then we're also going to do some weather watching. We're going to do some storm watching. Well, we're all the way through. That's good. That's good. Goods acquired. Nice, nice. Are you going to roll? Are you rolling? Nice afternoon for it, honestly. Is it good weather for you? I really love that I can feel spring coming in. That's so nice. That's true. You want to be like ready for it, because I feel like sometimes when you have had a really big break, you just get really stressed if you go too hard. All right. We're a 10th of the way through. Exactly. Exactly. It's a hacksaw. It's definitely not. Just in case anyone's following along at home, don't use one of these. But I'm going to use it and I'm going to make the best. The saw might be overwhelmed by the task, but I am not. And I mean, it's not overwhelmed by the task if it's already done it once, right? Like, if it's capable of it, it's capable of it again. So. Men continue to tell me size doesn't matter. It's not the size of the wave, it's the motion of the ocean. So I'm assuming it's the same for saws. It did heat up and bend a little, but again, I think that that was because of the way that I had it positioned and how much force I was having to put into it. I think it's actually way easier once it's leaning against something and it's not really like force that I'm putting in, it's just motion. It is actually literally just the motion of the ocean. You have to use what you've got, exactly. Good night, Turtle. Thank you for being here. Take care of yourself. See ya, see ya. Depends how long the blade lasts. That's true. Look, the blade might die. It might. It's true. But these things happen. These are the Jock Martens. They have zips at the side because they're lazy. But I figured you guys were right. I probably should be wearing protective footwear. How are you, BT Dubs Bench? Thanks for joining before work. Good night, Turtle. How nice is that sun? I think we're definitely going to get a bunch more rain, but the sun's nicer now. Alright, we're cutting straight and I'm only leaving myself like 2 mil to sand back, which I think is good. Oh nice, that's awesome. Pooled water, oh that's not great. No, you want to fix that. Maybe something a bit more than just poking a couple of drainage holes can do. All right, we're going through. She was like, what is that? This might not be a cat-friendly stream. I don't know, maybe you've got a real DIY-friendly cat. I don't know. She's curious. My cat used to be so obsessed with the sound of street sweepers. I've never seen her do it, or I never saw her do it with anything else, but a street sweeper came along and she was sitting on the arm of the couch and she's like, what's that? And she's so curious. She just sort of like pulled her little front feet up and is just like, what's that? It's like, she never did it with anything else, but with the street sweepers, she'd like sit on her little back legs and be like, what the hell is that? It's transformed me into a meerkat. It was so cute. I couldn't train her to do it. She would just only do it for the street sweeper. And we didn't live in like the city. It was like a town. So they'd send a street sweeper out maybe once every couple months. So it'd just be this random day where you'd be like, oh, I can hear it coming. And she'd be like, so freaking cute. Oh, I like cats. They freak them out. Really? There must be some kind of weird high-pitched sound that the oscillations of the little fan, like, sweeper things make. They're so curious, aren't they? Alright, let's soar. Yeah, I miss my kitty for things like that. Plants aren't quite the same. And I mean, Charles is curious, but he knows too much. They enjoyed the brushing ASMR, really? Oh, the cat enjoyed the brushing ASMR. Yeah, she must have. She must have. Like, she definitely thought it was very strange, but it didn't freak her out in the same way that Fur said it did his. The cuteness aggression. Do you mean like where you see something that's so cute and you get this like urge to do something aggressive, but it's because it's so cute? I feel that too. Like, control myself. I cannot squeeze this animal as hard as I want to right now. That's so funny. What do you think that instinct is? Like, what makes us have that feeling? What biological advantage does it have for us to either get that or for animals to provoke that in us? Oh, true. The cat PCP. Literally. They all get squeezed. I mean, I think that they like being squeezed, just not as tight as sometimes maybe I have the urge to squeeze them. Alright, we're making it through. Faster than last time. Also, I might just have gotten the hang of the saw a little bit better, but either or. It's going well. Yeah, they make a weird sound. It definitely does something weird for cats. I feel like that must be also why vacuum cleaners are a little bit scary. They don't like the sound of it scraping along the floor, and there's the high-pitched whirring sound. Surely. I need to make sure I stop before I reach the actual chair and just saw through it like butter. Yeah, they've got the spinning scrapey thing too. You want to know what I reckon is interesting though? Sometimes in the city that I'm in, people will like take their cats out for walks in those cat backpacks. I've never seen a cat in the cat backpack when a street sweeper came past. And so now I'm so curious, like what happens to the cats in the cat backpack when a street sweeper comes right by? Do they just like, do they not care? Like are cats that are already outdoors in those backpacks so well adjusted that they just don't really give a shit? Or what? Okay. I feel like, yeah, I was just moving that a little bit because I don't want to chop the chair in half, so I've just moved it a little bit more. I think it's still even enough. Yeah, so funny. There was stuff flipping around in circles inside the backpacks. Have you seen the backpacks that I'm talking about that have like the little portals? It's like a submarine portal. I just imagined a cat going crazy inside one of those and the human who's got the backpack on just being like, it would be like one of those, when they're filming Star Trek and everyone's on the bridge just like, oh my god. Maybe the sound insulation helps actually. I've never seen that either. I've only ever seen the cats looking like pretty happy in there. Maybe it's a certain kind of cat and they just chill about street sweepers or something like that. You've never seen one of them? People use them all the time in my city. Once I saw a bunny inside one of them actually, which I thought was pretty cute. Catwalk 5. Literally. I used to have pet rats and one of my rats really liked being outside. I didn't have a backpack with a portal in it because a porthole in it because I don't think they existed back then. But I did have a backpack that she would chill out in. And it had like a little safe, like cozy space for her, but then it had like a little tunnel that she could sort of come up through and poke her head out so she could see what was going on. That was pretty fun. To just carrying a chihuahua in a handbag. Oh, people definitely still do that though. I have a friend who does that actually. Remember I shared that picture with you guys of my friend's chihuahua? She carries that thing around in a handbag. But I think it likes it. And I mean, chihuahuas are so small, you know, I'd be scared about a magpie coming up and having a go, honestly. Like a cat could take out a chihuahua, no trouble. So they probably like their handbags. That's true, I guess. I've just seen people say that they've had chihuahuas be really injured by violent cats. So I guess that's why I was assuming. Because even though a chihuahua has a lot of fight, like cats have really long reach compared to them. I reckon a pack of chihuahuas, absolutely no trouble. They would be completely fine. But I feel like there's a reason that chihuahuas are usually pack animals, because they're kind of like vulnerable on their own maybe. It would definitely put up a fight though, that's for sure. Have hated being put inside any kind of transport container. I know, it must be a particular kind of cat. It must be like certain kinds of cats like it and certain just aren't into it. Because that's what I was thinking too, like just trying to get my cat to get inside her vet carrier was a difficult experience, and then getting her out of it was even harder. So I feel like trying to stuff the cat into the backpack, you'd have to have them get used to it first before you ever put them inside, so they decided they liked it, and then have it kind of be associated with like going outside, and going outside is something you like. And then I feel like a cat would be smart enough to enjoy it, but you wouldn't really be able to introduce it to an old cat, I don't think. They got the intimidation bark factor. That's true, they're very yappy. They're very yappy. Some cats are brutal though. Don't underestimate cats, man. Cat bag. Wait, let's see. see a pack of Chihuahuas or one Charles. Unfortunately, I fear that Charles's skills do not cover Chihuahua attacks. Oh my god, that's so cute. Look at the way his head pokes out. See, I feel like a cat that I'd had would probably enjoy a regular bag more than a fully enclosed backpack. You'd need to start while they were small, hey? They do have ventilation. They have like vents all through them. And then a little glass window so that people, like, that the cat can see out. But then the top of the bag is like, I think it's like mesh instead of a full backpack material. So it is ventilated and the cat can breathe fine in there. It would more just be whether it likes being in that kind of an enclosed space and moved around, I guess. But I think you could get them used to it from being young. I reckon that's the situation. I think I would rather just get them used to walking instead of getting them used to being in a backpack though. I think I'd rather just get the cat really used to being outside for a walk and then get it used to like hopping up into my arms if anything was scary out there. And then that would probably be much more like practical and enjoyable and healthy for the cat and for you as well. I don't know. Like, it's not going to get very much exercise if it's just in the backpack, I guess. Unless it's in the backpack until you get somewhere and then they take them out. But usually I see people just like walking around so that the cat can sightsee. Maybe they really like sightseeing. That would be a cat thing to enjoy, I suppose. That's definitely true, but if it was on a harness, I wouldn't walk it just like by itself. It would be on a harness and I'd train it to walk on a harness. So if it started to panic, the pressure would already be like pulling it back towards me, and I could just kind of like yoink it up and be like, wrap it up in my jumper or something like that and get out of there. Like if a scary dog started to bark or something. And obviously you would just have to stay pretty aware and try and avoid dogs when you saw them in general. I think that would be possible. I managed to train my ferret to really enjoy walks outside. And they're difficult. I had a ferret. I used to have two, not at the same time. I had one who was blind in one eye. She was pretty funny. And then I had one who ran away and I never found her. It was really sad. But they're really cute pets. They're a bit difficult and they do smell though. So that's kind of what's kept me away from getting another one. Yeah, they're really cute though. They're really cute. You have to live in the right kind of place to keep them. If you live in a place that gets hot during the summer and you're not willing to have your ferret inside in the air conditioning, a ferret's not really a good pet for you. But if you live outside in a reasonably cool climate most of the time, and in the hottest parts of the summer you'd be willing to take the ferrets indoors, I feel like they're a really great pet for people. That's it. They're very, very vicious, and they will just kill small animals without a second hesitation. So I think they're illegal in some of the states in Australia as well. They're so fun though. Yes, or when people put them in boxes of macaroni. So cute. They literally are just like that too. They're like a combination of a brand new puppy and a cat. Because they like to like snuggle all over you, but then they get like all zoomy and crazy like puppies, and they play like puppies, but then they snuggle like cats. They're honestly just so funny. I miss having ferrets, but they're a lot of work. They're definitely not like a beginner pet. And I think people sort of think like, oh, rats and mice are like beginner pets. Again, I kind of disagree with that as well, but they're probably easier to keep. And then I think people think, oh yeah, ferret, you know, like I think that they're cute. That could be easy enough because they're small. But if you don't socialize them properly, they're really dangerous. Well, not really. They're pretty dangerous. Like, they could bite off a finger reasonably easily if they wanted to. And they'll just be like really unpleasant to deal with. Like, they'll be just really violent and bitey. So you have to socialize them properly. You have to take care of them well. They have different health requirements to other pets. They're really sensitive to heat. So California honestly probably wouldn't be the best place for them anyway. When I had them, I lived in a place here which was like particularly cold for Australia. And I think that's why my ferrets were fine. But if it had been like in a warmer place, or even a place where the summers got really hot, they just don't like it. They get, I don't know, it does something funny to their nervous system or something like that. A pet mouse. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I loved my pet mouse. Oh my god. They're honestly just the sweetest little things. You get prairie dogs as a substitute. Are you allowed to keep prairie dogs as pets in the United States? Is that a real thing? I had no idea. Oh, thanks for following, by the way. Gang, Pseudo5, the Sparkle Threadhead. Thank you for being here for this chaotic DIY stream. I know what I'm doing, I just don't have the most organized plan to get there. But eventually, you know, it'll happen. I gotta stop distracting myself from the sawing by talking to everyone though. You do have to keep them in an enclosure, but they're kind of like bunnies. Like, in the house, you can keep them out, but you wouldn't want them to get out the front door. So it would be like you could keep them out, but everyone would have to be super aware of not letting them out of a door. Just the same as you would with a rabbit. Like, rabbits can be house pets, but it's really not good to let them outside. But once they're in the house, like, they will just be there in your house, like, just as good house pets. You can litter train them like you can cats as well. Prairie dogs are native and legal. Oh, that's so cool. What am I making? Welcome, Secondhand Candy Cane. I'm making a desktop for this new computer desk that I'm putting together. It's going to take a while. We also have sanding to do in case I get bored of this. This is not going to be like one of those DIY streams where you come away with a brand new finished product at the end of it. I'm just letting everyone know in advance. I just felt like if there was going to be sawing noises going on, I kind of needed to put us in this category. Yep. They live. That's true. Yes, you can litter train ferrets better than you can rabbits. Exactly. So you could do the same thing with ferrets, essentially. You'd keep them like in a house, and then you'd have an enclosure for them to get outside and play in, like little kids, or like brand new puppies or something like that. That's usually how they enjoy it. Plus, they like having a cage to go back to as their like little safe space, you know? That's so interesting about prairie dogs. You need a pair. I mean, I think a lot of animals are kind of like that, but it sounds like prairie dogs especially. That's exactly true. That's true. You can litter box train them for pee. And also, it's easier to clean up bunny poo than it is ferret poo because it's more like a cat. So it's sort of like, you know, those would be things you would have to consider when you decided which one you were going to get. For bunnies in Australia, I think I would always just be worried about myxomatosis. Because if you had them outside, wouldn't you have to be worried about mosquitoes? Here we go. Yes, we are cutting all the way through. Essentially, I'm cutting all the way through this, and I'm also sanding all of the edges, potentially the surfaces back, so that I can do my first layer of varnish. I left a little bit too much excess, so I am cutting it back. We might not get all the way through today. I feel like I've been pretty distracted, and we've actually cut through more than I thought we would though. So you never know. Yeah, stick around for conversation with some degree of woodworking involved. Oh my lord. We're slicing. We are slicing. Getting rid of the sawdust makes it go faster too. This angle is much better for less built up sawdust also. There we go. Yeah, I used to have ferrets. I used to have pet rats as well. I feel like of all of my pets, my rats were probably my favorite not average pet. I had pet chickens too. I had a goldfish that lived for 6 years. I feel like that was pretty impressive. And then I did used to have a cat. She was very cute. I had mice as well. I never had a guinea pig. For some reason, I always felt like I couldn't emotionally connect to guinea pigs in the same way I could to rats or mice. They just seem a bit more inscrutable somehow. I really don't know what it is. Here we go. It's going. It's going. Honestly, like I don't think I would eat a guinea pig in Australia. If I was served like traditionally cooked guinea pig in a country where that's like a normal food to cultivate and eat, I would probably give it a go. I can see why people would eat them. But I mean, you can kind of see that about most animals. They are really cute. I reckon now maybe I would go for a guinea pig pet at some point. But I also don't have a lawn, and I feel like guinea pigs love being like out on the grass. So they would need a house with a lawn, you know. Slowly getting through. It goes faster than you'd think it would. Than you'd think it would. Haha, get it. Alright, let's keep going. Did you really? You'll have to go back and try it sometime. DIYs take time. DIYs take time. We're getting closer. It's tea time. What's for tea, Seth? I sure do. I sure do. You kind of need to for DIY. You didn't like rabbit. Oh, true. I have only ever eaten rabbit in stew. And I did really, really like it actually, but it was also a really, really good stew. So I don't know how much of it was that I think rabbit actually tastes that nice, or that this was a particularly good stew. I feel like, you know, it probably would have been good with chicken as well. Hey, nice, Seth. Enjoy. Drink that tea down. Enjoy. Yeah, I feel like rabbit complements certain other flavors well as well. Like mushroomy flavors went really well with the rabbit. I essentially figure if a hobbit would enjoy eating it, it will probably go with rabbit. So that's what I went with in my stew. Way less vibration on your hand than when you're holding it upright. It's way less painful. That was my struggle last time. It was actually like kind of painful doing the sanding because it was like it was all of the force and the vibration from the friction of the saw was going straight through your hands. That sounds nice, honestly. Yeah, I got like a wild caught rabbit. And it was nice, honestly. Slow cooking it outside over an open fire would have been awesome. That's the one thing this stew needed, was some actual natural smoky flavors. I still rated it though. It just takes time, you know? It just takes time. Another thing that we can do today, if I get bored of cutting this in half, just like all in one big go, is I'm going to measure up the holes for where the screws will go for the desk. So I might drill those in today too. I'm going to try and be really careful doing that, but I think it will be possible. Exactly, the height difference, like the fact that I can just sort of push down, makes such a big difference. There's been no bends today. Sawdust. A chainsaw. Have you ever done any woodworking before, Declan? Have you ever done any woodworking before? Something tells me no. That's true. That's true. And even just like getting some putty and filling the holes in if I don't love where they are, you know. Right, well that's why you're suggesting a chainsaw. A chainsaw would be a very bad idea for this. A power saw maybe, but a chainsaw, we don't want to destroy the plywood. It would be cut in half and it would be ruined, and then what would the point of that be? Sometimes just doing things fast does not actually get you what you want. But if you want to go and get a chainsaw and chop a piece of wood in half, if that would be more satisfying to watch, you're more than welcome. I don't think it's very good to cut plywood with a chainsaw. It kind of splinters. It works, yeah. Just a little bit of putty to cover them. I'm getting a really nice, neat cut, as slow as it might be. I'm not going to need to do a whole bunch to like fix this afterwards. So that's a good feeling. This is a better alternative than a chainsaw. If the option was this or a chainsaw, I would still be using this. Downwards motion, the better. Yeah, but a circular saw is like, I just didn't think I would use it again. So part of it is how many power tools do you want to own as a single person in your home. You're welcome to cheer some bits towards the cost of a circular saw. If you cheer the cost of a circular saw, I will literally leave the house right now and go and buy a circular saw at Bunnings. I'll hop on my bike, it'll take me 15 minutes and I'll be right back. But otherwise, I think I'm going to stick with my hacksaw. I think I'm going to stick with my hacksaw. Circular saw can come in the future if I start doing more DIYs. What's going on, Lucius? Good evening. Hacking at some wood. Slicing through, slowly but surely. It's a nice looking cut, in fairness to me. It's a nice looking cut. Alrighty. Surely there's other people doing actual carpentry on this website right now. Come on, there's got to be some wood turners and stuff out there. I just really want to get this done, honestly. I just really want to mount the monitor to it. I just want to have it on the desk. I want to get rid of this weird double desk setup that I have going on at the moment. We just need to get it done. Slowly but surely. I'm just making sure I'm not cutting anywhere close to the chair, which is still fine. It's still good. At least like 3 lengths from what maybe, like, I feel like that's as far as I got the entire time I was sawing last time. And this has been a lot easier. And I feel like it's taken less time. So I'm happy with it, honestly. I feel like the progress is okay. For me, the whole point of doing it yourself is also the fact that it's like, it's kind of okay that it takes a little while. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just some things take time. And I like surrendering to that. This is like real life Minecraft. I always liked that mod in Skyrim where you got your own house and you could furnish your own house. Did anyone else ever do that? They had a similar thing in Lord of the Rings Online, but you like, I guess it's kind of like Warcraft, like World of Warcraft. Like there's different neighborhoods that you could buy homes in, and you buy this home and then you furnish it with like all this beautiful stuff. I love that. I think I probably raided most of it from orc caves though, rather than building it myself. Nice. Yeah, literally, some of the neighborhoods are like super expensive, and some of them you have to be above a certain level to be able to buy a home in them. In Skyrim, it's not like that. It's just like there's this one house, and it's just like a mod, I think, that we added on that gave us a house. And then I think Lydia lives there with you. But I'm the one living it. I really am. I'm amazed that the weather's holding up also. It's actually like sunny out here right now. It's actually sunny. So close. Every time I get to like another little line of the gradients and the knots and stuff in the wood, I'm just like, yes, that's another bit of progress marked. I'm taking this thing off. I don't think I need this right now and it's annoying me. We'll use that once we start actually sanding, I promise. Setting little milestones for yourself, and then all of a sudden you notice that you're actually really close to the actual end, I feel like is the best with this stuff. There we go. Oh, thanks. It needs a little bit of a weed. I've got some weeds kind of going a bit crazy out there. But it is nice that the spring's starting to come and everything's like popping back up again. I've definitely got to rake some leaves out of there. But it's nice. Am I taller? Is the table really short? Well, I'm tall, but this is also not on table legs. It will probably end up being like, I don't know, these are bar stools. I would say I'm tall compared to what you're thinking. Perspective is also playing a little bit of a funny trick on us right here. But I don't know, this is a door frame. Can you see the top of it? You can't. Here's me next to a door. I think I'm tall, but not that tall. Combination of perspective and this is not really a table, I guess. It's just propped up on some chairs so I can cut it in half. It's an adjustable height table. Yes. Well, eventually it will be. Eventually it will be. I suppose you can adjust it now, just not very ergonomically. Yeah, this is like to make a desktop for an actual computer desk. So I'm going to drill some holes in it and put it on the base for this desk that I have. And then it will, you know, go up and down on a little hydraulic thing. But for now, we're just cutting it to size. When it's all grown up, yes. When it's all grown up. When it's become everything it ever hoped and dreamed of being. I'm just still making sure I'm not cutting my chair. We're still safe. We're still safe. how well the blade is holding up. I'm pretty impressed by how well the blade is holding up. It's not really rounding off the teeth too much at all at the moment. Not bad. This is why you get the actual Stanley blades. They're better quality. All right, how far are we through? This is always encouraging. It's always encouraging to see how far you are through. We're 15 centimeters through. It's only 60 centimeters across. 15 centimeters. That's a quarter of the way through, guys. A frontier wagon. God, that's asking a bit much of me. I don't know if my skills are quite up to par for that. I don't know if my saw could handle cutting a wheel, like a round shape. Maybe I'll have to upgrade my equipment before I make any kind of a wagon. What's that in metric? What is that in metric? That's like 23 inches. That's about 23 inches, Moose. Wait, oh, in metric, but 60 centimeters is metric. Okay, 600 millimeters, is that better? I didn't even read the metric part properly. I was just instantly thinking 600 mil. Actually, technically this was supposed to be 610 mil. It was listed on the website as 610. And then when I got it, I measured it and I was like, that's definitely just a flat 600. But it is what it is. I guess an extra centimeter doesn't really make a huge difference, does it? Hey, got him. Yep. You got me. You got me. Yeah, we're 50 centimeters through. 15 centimeters through. Exactly. Good progress. We're going. Clearing the sawdust is good. That helps. I mean, I suppose it depends where it is. Like, are you being shot? Are you being stabbed? Are they operating? Is this fine machinery? For my intents and purposes, I don't think a centimeter will matter for this test. I should clarify. This is my only cutting tool right now. Yeah. Yes, I splurged and I bought an orbital sander because I really didn't want to sand this thing by hand. And then I thought, I think my hacksaw will be fine. And you know what? I think it's fine. I just don't think it's the most efficient tool that there possibly could be. But it is making a really neat cut that won't need like a whole bunch of fixing afterwards. So hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Should we take a break and should we sand something instead? My brain is like, do something different. But then the other part of my brain that's like, you cannot leave a task until it is completed. It's like, continue sawing. Alright. I'm going to get us to 18 centimeters through. That's like 3 more centimeters of cutting. That's only 2 more centimeters of cutting. I already made it through another centimeter. So let's make it to 18 centimeters through. And then let's do some sanding. Oh, I could show you the varnish that I got. I got special varnish, which is food grade varnish. Because initially I was just looking at the varnishes that felt like they would, you know, be strong enough and clear enough. And then I thought, oh, hold on. I put like food and drinks and stuff on my desk and I have like my hands all over my desk, and sometimes I spill things on my desk. Maybe I need food grade varnish rather than like decking varnish. So I got food grade varnish. So yeah, it should be extra safe, I think. I can eat off it like it's, you know, preparation. That's okay. It probably is wild. This stream has no claims to being a professional DIY setup. This stream is a girl in her living room making her own desk with a handsaw, a hand hacksaw, and it is what it is. But if it's not your thing, I completely understand. I could see how it would be tedious to watch. That's why I'm still chatting to you at the same time as cutting. You know. I will create interest via conversation rather than exciting DIY exploits until I get up to the exciting DIY exploits. Non-toxic is always best, exactly. Exactly. True, those are so pretty when people do that. I used it when I made a cheese board once. Here we go. The more I say here we go, the more I feel like I'm just moving through. So I'm going to keep saying it. It's happening! Yay! Rome wasn't built in a day, guys. Rome was not built in a day. Thank God I put sheets down. Where'd you find the tree wheels? Did you buy them or did you find them? Or did you chop them down yourself? Through already, I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. Oh, that's cool. Honestly, there's so many beautiful things you can do with all of those bits of like leftover wood. My relatives had this beautiful table that was made out of a big root ball of a tree, and the top was like polished off and everything else had just been like smoothed and polished, but then there was all these like tunnels through the center of it. It was so cool. Loved that table. Oh, that's so nice. That sounds beautiful. There we go. What's up, loving your snack? Welcome. I am doing some very slow DIY today. I cut this before and then I realized I think I've just cut it a little bit too big. So I'm cutting it to the correct size now that I've decided on the correct size. I'm going to save this little leftover offcut to kind of make a little mini shelf either on the desk or off the desk somewhere else. And yeah, welcome. How goes it? I find the sound really soothing too, and I don't know how much of it is just growing up in a house that was full of wood being cut all the time, but I find it so relaxing too. I need a handyman, but I am the handyman. I don't need a handyman, I'm the handy woman. What's the point of DIY? It's that you do it yourself. The handyman can, because he mixes it with glue and makes the floors all straight. I don't remember any of the rest of that song. I need safety gloves. I don't think I need safety gloves for this. I don't think I need safety gloves for this. That's true. Yeah, maybe Sandman instead. What's that song? Enter Sandman? Is that the title? Usually use safety gloves for something like this, would you? I'm just putting this underneath my hand because it's really hard and my hands are a little bony, so like pressing on a really hard surface for so long is kind of uncomfy. Oh my gosh, it could. Enter Sandy Man. Yeah. Sandy Claus. Enter Sandy Claus. Special equipment for that. This is special equipment. This is a saw. Like I said, guys, it's going to be slow DIY. If it bothers you, there's absolutely no pressure to watch. I could be doing it by myself, but I figured, hey, I would stream and I would allow people to watch along. But maybe it was the wrong idea. Maybe I should have just done it myself. Part of me, I think the really stubborn part of me kind of thinks it's funny that it annoys people that it's taking so long. But, you know, if it is like genuinely like bothersome in the end and everyone's just like, this is taking way too long, I'll just end the stream and I'll do it offline. It bothers you but you can't stop watching. That's something that you should work on, honestly. That's something that you should work on. You're gonna, you know, you make yourself sick when you watch things that annoy you all the time. Every other stream is Zelda or Baldur's Gate. That's it. There's something else going on here. I have done it once, exactly. And also, this is in much better position than before. It's going faster than last time, if you can believe it at all. There's other ways to cut that wood. What other ways would you cut this with if this was the only saw that you had in the house? I'd love to know, because I was thinking a butter knife potentially could be faster, but I really feel like the angle of this saw just gives an advantage. Why do you guys keep saying chainsaw? Then I just ignore your advice completely. Anytime someone's like, get a chainsaw, I'm like, right. If all I wanted to do was cut through a piece of wood as fast as possible, I would just jump in the middle of it and snap it directly in half, you know? A chainsaw is genuinely, makes me doubt your DIY chops, I'm sorry. A chainsaw would not work. Even if I was going to use a power tool,